Hello and welcome back to another Groover Learns How to Speedrun. Now you'll probably notice straight away that there's a few things that are a little bit different about this speedrun compared to the ones that I've been doing previously. Now the first thing is I've actually recorded the footage separately without me commentating on it directly, and I've sped it up a little bit because there's quite a lot of time spent in speedruns where you're just going through the normal kinds of things. So the idea is now that I'm going to be recording these in advance and then commentating the ones which are actually have interesting outcomes. So obviously this one's got a vaguely interesting outcome. I've started actually streaming these directly on my patrons, to my patrons in Discord. So yeah, we were talking in Discord, but I've cut out that track for now. So yeah, reasonably good start. Getting some tools straight away. Well, I say tools. What I mean is some wood straight away. And then heading straight into the desert. Deserts are kind of good for temples and various things, so, you know, you can get some good stuff from temples and things. This one was a good run, I think. In my opinion, it was a good run. Got some problems with it, but anyway. So we're nearly 2 minutes in, just getting myself tooled up. Getting ready to go to the nether, basically. After I've got my tools, I've started to completely ignore beds, because usually the stronghold is based underneath a village. So what's the point in getting beds early on? You can get them later, and invariably when you go into a stronghold, you have to travel anyway. So I've just started to say, right, 3 iron, bucket, straight to nether as soon as possible, without too much faffing about. 10 minutes or less, if possible. So yeah, looking for a village here. Deserts are good for looking for villages because you can see for miles. They also have temples in them, so you might be lucky and find a temple. Let's see. Sort of walking across towards the savannah there, which sounds like an interesting direction to go in as well, because sometimes you see things in that direction. But yeah, 4 minutes in, I'm starting to get a little bit worried about finding things now, because I want to find something interesting within, you know, 5 minutes at the most. So village here, just going straight for the food and straight for the golems and any foundries if we can. So yeah, golem for me is ideally 4 to 5 pieces of iron. 3 pieces is just enough to get going with, but not really enough. I've also usually started crafting myself a hoe to pick up the food stuffs. Just makes life a little bit easier. See, only just enough iron there. Bit of a shame. Reorganising my inventory, because I like things in certain orders, because then I can find things quite easily. And of course, making sure that I pick up the water before I leave the village, because heading into a desert without water and you find surface lava or something, you'd just be in tears. It'd be so sad, because then you'd be looking for water and going back on yourself. And I've also started crafting up the buckets as soon as I get the opportunity to. Mainly because, again, if you miss the opportunity and then you get to somewhere where you find the lava and you haven't got the water, you just got to get yourself ready straight away, because you never know, you might walk out the village and find a lava pool straight away. Okay, just there I spotted a pillager outpost off on the horizon, which you can just about see in the distance. And then you've got, I think you can see it now, a couple more features next to it. So there's actually a portal and a village next to the village, next to the pillager outpost. So this is a really nice collection of things to head towards. It's always a bit further away than you think. You see these things, you think, oh, it's going to take me 2 seconds to get there, but invariably it doesn't. But at this stage I'm feeling quite confident. I've got everything that I need to go to the nether. I'm not even worrying about armour to go to the nether, and I just want to get to the nether, because if I don't get a good nether spawn, it's kind of game over. So yeah, just whipping through the village here looking for a forge. I wasn't even going to bother with the golem, but he walked straight across my path, and actually I needed a shield anyway because I didn't have any of the stuff that I wanted. I wanted a shield, and I happened to get enough for a pickaxe. Pickaxe is great because then you can get your gold. Really handy. Right, we're on our way over to the portal next, I think. Or in fact, we changed our mind because I think the pillager outpost is closer. Now we're going to the portal. As you can tell, I did a few runs before I got this one, which seemed like a reasonably good run. Now this looks like a good portal to be at to me. A little bit of everything that I want and need. We're going good. So I think I just decide to go ahead and build up my portal right here. Now I'll make a little bit of a mess of this, and at 10 minutes in nearly, or 9 minutes in, I'm feeling a little bit like I need to move on quickly. So I'm trying to make my mind up about how to build this portal the best. Blocking off any routes where the water can flow in the wrong directions and kill all of the lava that I have. So I'm not taking any chances with that now, because I've had too many bad experiences. Now my problem with building portals like this, I need to practice it. I need to practice doing this more often, because the portals, I always have a problem working out what height things are meant to be, where things are meant to go on these. If I'm building them underground, it's all dead easy and straightforward. I can see exactly where things are meant to be. Now, this is why I crafted the pickaxe, is because I knew that I'd be able to pick up some gold at the portal. So I was saving up for that. And yeah, wasting time because I built the portal wrong in the first place. Back and forth, back and forth. This is all learning though, and it's quite nice to watch it back like this, because then I get to see the mistakes that I've made and how I can improve them. So, try and get myself that gold. Didn't think about that lava, didn't get the gold. What a fool. Now you see, 11 minutes, things are spawning. Not good. Oh man, it's frustrating to watch this. Darn spiders. Yeah, the gold didn't pop off in the right direction. Less haste, more speed. I was trying to cheat it and hope that the gold popped off and I could just grab it, but I couldn't. So anyway, got a little bit of gold, got a little bit of armour, we're on our way to the nether. Ready to go. So, yeah. Straight into the nether, write down the coordinates, because I haven't realised where I am yet. Walk out of the portal. Oh my. This is like the very first time that this has happened to me. Actually getting a portal straight into a fortress. Which is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. This is me getting some blocks. Because I know that I need to think about... I know I need to think about making sure that I can block off any wither skeleton attacks. Now this fortress was absolutely heaving, as they say. Heaving with mobs. Loads of them everywhere. Now I put those up to get the blaze to come round to me, because I don't want to go round to them, is the long and short of it. If they come round to me, then they're not going to be aggro, they're going to be moving. I can get a few crit hits in on them. Picking up my blocks again because I want to be sure of what I've got. And also putting the blaze rod in my hotbar so that I can actually see how many blaze rods I've got. I'm aiming for like 7 or 8. 8 is a very, very safe number. 7 is the kind of minimum in my opinion. So yeah, lots and lots of mobs around. Over a Crimson Forest, there was also a Warped Forest over there, as you can see, just directly ahead of us, I think, at this point. You can see a little bit of a Warped Forest, so I'm quite excited at this point. I'm thinking, this looks like a good one. Getting myself some more blocks. Because I haven't had chance. Haven't had chance to get myself many blocks. So yeah, we're going to be going around this fortress now, looking for blaze, trying to get ourselves some blaze rods. And yeah, that's basically it for the moment. So Warped Forest out in that direction. I'm looking for the blaze spawner. Not seeing it. I spent quite a lot of time going around this fortress looking for a blaze spawner. Getting a little bit better at my safety bars. Bit quicker at putting them out. But the pathfinding on some of these mobs is a little bit of a mess. It's weird. It's very, very weird. So when I say it's weird, it's like they don't generally pathfind towards you that well. Like these guys, what a pain. Hoglins, piglins, whatever they're called, they're horrible. Got absolutely no knockback on them. So you can't just keep bouncing them back and forth and ping-ponging them. So yeah, I was getting into a bit of a mess trying to make my way forward with this. Because I just knew that I couldn't afford to get trapped by them, and I couldn't run past them. Because they'd get me instantly. So yeah, I'm just searching out, looking for the blaze spawner, because I know the blaze spawner is going to give me the best chance to actually get a decent number of blaze rods. And like I say, this place is heaving with mobs. Yeah, I couldn't be bothered to go for that blaze. It seemed like too much like hard work. Safety bar. A little bit of something to stop the blaze from coming up after me. And then moving onwards. Blocks. More blocks. So yeah, netherrack with an iron pick's quite nice. It's very quick to get all the blocks that you're going to need with that. So yeah, safety bar. I'm thinking of safety first. Loads of wither skeletons around here. I just can't believe it. I think I was well on my way to getting like 3 skulls or something. Making sure that I eat as well is a big thing. Grabbing the stuff up. Safety blocks, because if I block its line of sight, it'll come towards me. Again. Trying to get the critical hits in as well. That's a big one. Because critical hits are important. You can take something down with just a couple of critical hits, or like 4 normal hits. Getting better. I think the actual fortress strategies in this are pretty solid. I managed to think of all of my own advice and use it as well, which makes a bit of a difference. Normally I'm saying, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, and I completely fail. Anyway, at this stage I'm a bit frustrated because I've killed a whole pile of blaze, and look at how many blaze rods I've got. 1. What is that about? 1 blaze rod is useless, considering. Ugh. Hoglins. Painful. But I think this is one of the first times I've actually seen a fortress spawn inside a warped forest area. Because there is a bit of warped forest crossing over with the fortress here. So yeah, back and forth for a little bit, I guess. So yeah, just looking out for a blaze spawner and just try and survive as best I can. I think I said a couple of moments ago, I'm definitely feeling more comfortable with the fortress. It's coming back down to that pearl thing, I think. So if I can find a fortress, great. Pearls, next big problem. Getting down on some low hearts, but I'm remembering to eat. That's the key thing. Waiting to get my energy back up. Definitely needed. Combining some of my swords so that I've got at least 1 decent sword, which I didn't know I could still do with stone tools. Maybe you have to have a grindstone for metal tools. I kind of thought I was going to die here. Definitely thought I was going to die, but took my time. Took my time and took it out. Refilling with food because I can. Try and get the hearts back up. Just keeping looking for that blaze spawner, which was surprisingly absent. Or it seemed absent anyway. Trying to get some crit hits in there as well. Nope, no joy. Many long corridors. Now I'm used to seeing a blaze spawner kind of off these corridors somewhere. Getting quick with the safety bars. Come on. Lost interest in me. This is the weird thing. The mobs lose interest in you so quickly, it's weird. Especially Endermen. Endermen are the worst at the moment. Worst offenders. Making the most of those line of sight bars. I suppose that's what I can call them. Line of sight bars. More blocks. Just taking my time, trying to be sensible. I think that's the thing that I've lacked in the past. I've always been a little bit, let's just run in there and get them. Still not enough blaze rods to be worth talking about, but look at all of these wither skeletons. There are tons of them. Absolutely tons. I think I got a skull there. Critical hits make a big difference. It's like I keep saying, more wither skeletons. This thing was just rife with them. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I feel like this strategy of waiting for them to come to me takes a little bit too long, but for a lack of a blaze spawner, you kind of just got to do what you do. Yeah, intense moment, but not worried. Got my shield. With the skeletons everywhere. Just trapped in. I don't know why this particular fortress was spawning so heavily, but it just seemed to be everywhere I turned. Ow. And the withering effect is no joke. There's a spawner. Excitement, happiness, all of the things. Line of sight broken, it comes round to get me. It's the only way to do it. If you can just break the line of sight, you've got every chance of taking them on. So, now we've got a spawner, it's going to be about increasing those spawning locations so that I can get more spawns in one go. A little bit slow on it this time round because I think I was just being a bit cautious. The excitement got to me. Knock out a few blocks around it. There we go. Some nice spawning numbers now, as you can see. 6 blaze rods. I just want one more. We've already done most of the work by this point in getting the blaze rods. And we've done it the hard way, sadly. One more spawn round. That should do it. Darn piglins, getting in the way. Come on. Right, there we go. That's the one that I was waiting for. Close it off, regroup, refeed, heal up a fraction. I should have eaten that golden apple because I'm pretty certain I've got a golden apple on me at this point. And this is probably one of the most dangerous parts to what I was doing. Yeah, there's the golden apple. Take my time to actually repair some of my swords. I don't have anything for my head, so why not? I would love to get the Java saturation effects. Like, in Java, if you eat, you instantly heal up if you got saturation, and you'll heal up all the way to the top of your saturation. And that would be really, really nice. I think by this point I was a little bit sick of seeing all of these mobs around, especially these horrible magma cubes. Massive pain. Little hoglins, another massive pain. I think at this stage I was so tired of them, I just thought, you know what, I'm going to just dig my way back to the portal. Because it isn't that far away. I've got a reasonably good tool, I'm just working out my directions. And off we go. Because I know somewhere around here there's a warped forest as well, so that's sort of playing on my mind that I need to get out into the warped forest and start getting some pearls. Because trading for pearls at the moment just feels kind of pointless. Yeah, that wasn't bad. I've done better. In terms of safety bars. I've done far better in terms of safety bars. But it was an effort. I did it. In some ways, it's just sharpening up your senses so that you know to do these things as you go. Switching tools out so that I'm not wasting my iron pick double checking the directions that I need to go in, because I got all wound up in this thing. I've got no idea. So I'm at 170 minus 119 and 60. So this should just take me straight there. I'm on the right line. It should just walk me straight on through. And again, I was hoping to find the warped forest out here somewhere. Much digging. Maybe I should speed this up a bit more. I don't know. We've only got another 20 blocks to go or something. Hello. So yeah, this is really near where I spawned in. Because we've got the chests. There was lots of chests. Again, tons of mobs. Don't get it. Just do not get it. Yeah. And I was thinking, where was that warped forest? Like, why? Why have I not seen it? But I want to go back to the overworld and get healed up a little bit. Because the fortress has been kind of brutal and I don't seem to have a shield anymore. So a complete lack of shield, which I don't think I noticed. Making a very long detour so I can have a sleep. But the village isn't far away, so that's not too bad. It's just some of these things which aren't really pro moves. I think in the future what I'll probably do is I'll make sure that I pick up one bed if I go through a village. Because then I can just throw it down, sleep. A little bit more food, yeah, all good. Bit of crafting going on. What am I going to craft? I can't even remember. Another shield. Yeah, because my previous one broke. And I think at that stage I noticed. Clearing out some of the rubbish from my inventory. Gold's not going to be much use. I mean, it could have been, but when you're inside the actual fortress, it's kind of difficult to know what to do with it, because you're not going to get piglins spawning frequently. You're kind of a little bit stuck with it. Right, back over to my portal, because I think by this point I'd made the decision that I definitely had to go back. Yeah, also, pillager outpost, very handy for pre-carved pumpkins, which I thought might be kind of useful. But then I forgot how bad this was. I thought this might be useful in the end, if I made it, because, you know, I wasn't sure what was going to happen at that stage. But I thought if I use that in the end, then I'd actually be able to, you know, face the dragon and get it quite nicely. Ugh. Horrible things. I don't want to deal with it because it's just going to split up again and again and again and cause me problems. So many problems. Just trying to search out this warped forest. Because I'm convinced it's got to be nearby. I remembered it. And the guys in the Patreon who were watching at the time, they kind of said it was definitely around as well, but they weren't sure because this wasn't a recorded session in that kind of way. It wasn't streamed where they could pop back and have a look. It was just recorded for me. Right. Oh, no. Horribleness. Mobs everywhere. Very productive fortress, and I don't know why, considering it was a I mean that's going to be useless on it. Considering it was it was surrounded by land on all sides, so it was very surprisingly productive. About the worst result I could have hoped for. Split into 4 medium magma cubes, and then they split into 4. And then they split into 4, and I thought I can't be dealing with them going behind the portal, because if they make it all the way back behind the portal, I'm going to be leaving the nether and I'm going to be dead before I even know it, so I had to deal with them. But all of this slowed me down massively. You can see we entered this place just a little bit after 10 minutes. We've now been in here for the best part of 30 minutes. Just to get the blaze rods and hopefully some pearls, because I can't really think of a good overworld way of getting pearls. I could have done the whole villager trading thing, but yeah, I don't think that would have been great. That would have taken quite a lot of time and a lot of TNT, which I don't have. And there's the forest. Finally, I see it. And it's actually just right out behind the portal that I came in through. Like, if I'd turned around at the portal and just dug back out through that wall, I would have been there. Now, warped forest. Non-impressive. Tiny, tiny little warped forest. The smallest that I've ever seen. Sadly, this was all I had to work with, and there wasn't much spawning in here. So yeah, we're going to try and get some ender pearls now. I think what I might do is, I might just fast forward for a few minutes. So I guess this section could be summed up as me going back and forth trying to get pearls continuously. So I find a couple of piglins to trade with, kind of nice, but they don't give me too much because I don't have that many bits of gold. I have enough to get a couple of things. I think in there I get myself some obsidian and some bits and bobs like that, kind of useful for taking on the dragon. And then I use one of the ender pearls to get around and I get bitten by the endermite. What a pain! It was just one thing after another. The chance of getting an endermite is about 1 in 20. And that's like the 20th pearl that I've ever used, so I guess I probably deserved it, but yeah, the endermen weren't playing with me. They weren't giving me much in the way of pearls, they weren't giving me any real good spawns. Terrible, really, if I'm honest. Awful. So yeah, I try and use a slab method, because the slab method means that you can actually see a lot further around you. So I was hoping to be able to see more endermen, because before I could only see a couple at best. So yeah, at this stage, I don't think I've got any pearls at the moment. Or if I do, it's very, very few. And because I'm right next to the Crimson Forest, I'm getting hoglins spawning. It's just horrible. I'm kind of complaining, I guess. It wasn't going well, and I wasn't overly happy about it at the time. Getting some blaze coming down from the fortress as well. Awesomeness, getting the ghasts. It's just perfect storm. Now I need a better method to get pearls, because this wasn't working for me at all. I say it wasn't working for me. I was running out of the way of the fortress to try and despawn everything in the fortress, then running back and trying to get as many endermen as I can. But again, not much doing, because I'm surrounded by so much good spawnable land by other things. So I think the cap was taken up somewhere else. But I was getting out of the way to try and get those things to spawn in. Right, going back again. Getting a couple of things going on. See, 6 pearls, I'm kind of happy with this. 7. We're getting close. We're getting towards something. I'm almost tempted at this stage to go and find the stronghold. Because there's always the opportunity to rebuild a portal right there, right at the stronghold. And you never know, your luck might be a bit better out there. But as it was, I was here, I had the stuff, I was getting attacked by blazes, and down to not much, very, very little points and hearts, nowhere to hide, dead. Failed. Rather sadly failed, I think, because I think that was a good run in the fortress. A really good run in the fortress. Now I'm just going to do the usual thing. I'm going to check where the stronghold is here, just to see. Now, yeah, I was obviously thinking about it for a little while. At some point I must have key mashed the cap lock. Locate. Oh, I needed to change settings. That's why I was confused. So yeah, I like to know where the stronghold is so that I've got an idea of how far I would have had to go. That wasn't a terrible distance away. That would have been quite nice and simple. Popping back through to Nether to have a quick look. Because I wanted to have a look at how this forest looked from the outside. And yeah, it just wasn't a very good one. Not the best. I need a better strategy. So there you go, guys. This is the new format for me doing speedrunning. I hope you like it, and if you do, of course, let me know down in the comments. If you hate it, if you really hate it, if you want the whole commentary, let me know as well. So anyway, guys, thank you very much. That's all I've got time for. Take care, and goodbye.